Now this might look like an ordinary table. It's no ordinary table. This is a William IV rosewood tilt-top table in the manner of Gillows of Lancaster. It combines both function, artistry and history all in one. Today I'm going to take you through its story. This table was made between 1830 to 1837 during the reign of William IV. At first glance it seems like an elegant side table with a beautiful carved rosewood rectangular top, but it has a secret. Now to the underside is this mechanism which, once it is pressed, it transforms this table into a beautiful fire screen. This table has two functions in one, executed with incredible craftsmanship. Let's start with the table itself. The rectangular top is framed with delicate floral carvings. This is a sign of quality craftsmanship. Now the base to this piece is something quite exceptional. This base is of tripod form with bold, sculptural and finely carved paw feet, which is a great example of Gillows furniture. Now these feet stand on Cope's patent casters, otherwise known as wheels, which allow pieces of furniture to be easily moved across houses or rooms. Now this was a 19th century innovation and is still used today, and you see all on modern furniture pieces which can now be moved easily around your homes. The base is also finely carved throughout, not only on the tripod legs, but all the way up through the central column. The carvings on this piece are sharp, refined and confident. Now this piece isn't just functional, it's decorative, it's sculptural, and it's what we sort of expect from the very best English cabinet makers of this period. The most fascinating thing about this thing actually is this needlework to the centre of this piece. Now, what is needlework? In the 18th and 19th centuries, young girls, mainly of school age, were taught embroidery and stitching at a very young age. Now, this was part of their education, and they made scenes or pictorials like this here below. Now, this specific fire screen or tabletop depicts a Persian hunting falcon, which is a beautiful scene. And to the backdrop, you can see some buildings in the distance. You can see some plants and a pond. And an important detail to the front is actually the falcon's hood down here in red, almost like a little crown, which is a very lovely detail and shows the care and attention this young schoolgirl has done in creating this piece. Now, to also back this up, and an interesting piece of the provenance of this piece, is it actually comes with a letter or a little card as it is. And this is from the young schoolgirl explaining that she'd done this needlework, and it gives the date of the needlework itself or when it was completed, and that's 1843. For the really careful listeners here, 1843 is different to William IV, which is 1830 to 1837. So the base, the table and the carvings and the woodwork is from the William IV period. But that notes that the actual fire screen itself is potentially from 10 to 15 years later from when this piece was made. Now this could be because the family or whoever owned it, it might have been their young schoolgirl who done the needlework. Now we don't know the answer to this, or it could be a local schoolgirl made such a remarkable piece and a wealthy family wanted that needlework done for it, or she was very known for her great stitching skills and embroidery, and they hired her, commissioned that young girl to make this exceptional work in the centre here. So it's one of three very different options here, but an exceptional work at that. And Gillows are very well known to also have Persian or Indian scenes depicted on their fire screens. So it also links very well to the Gillows work. So why is Gillows important here? Gillows is one of Britain's most celebrated cabinet making firms, originating in the early 18th century, and is well known for their uncompromising standards, inventive design and quality use of materials. Now they furnish homes, aristocratic houses all across the country, and influence furniture design throughout the Georgian, Regency and Victorian periods. So when we say this piece is in the manner of Gillows, this means that the craftsmanship, the work, the refined, delicate, finely carved pieces of this, and the tilt top and the tripod base all fit the manner and traditions of Gillows craftsmanship and match pieces which fit the stamp of Gillows. Now this is undoubtedly a Gillows, but is unfortunately not stamped. It has the quality carvings of Gillows feet, and if you notice them, and this is a very fine example actually, it's better than most other Gillows feet. Now not all, there's some exceptional pieces out there, but the claw feet are very exceptional on this piece. The refined carvings throughout the frame here, and the lovely needlework with the Persian influences and Indian influences, which are very synonymous with needlework and fire screens produced from the Gillows workshops. This piece is exceptionally rare as well. Tilt-top tables, which are also fire screens, are not commonly found, and there are very, very few examples out there, none of which I've seen as well. Now, especially one of such great condition to remain this is a 200-year-old piece with extraordinary needlework and carvings all intact, and a great example of that. Now, to close this off, this is a William IV rosewood tilt-top table, which also functions as a fire screen. It's in the manner of Gillows of Lancaster, one of Britain's greatest cabinet making firms, and it's got an incredible story of not only being made by one of the top cabinet making firms, but incorporating business with domestic life with a needlework that was made by a young schoolgirl of great and exceptional quality. Now, thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you learned something and got to see this amazing story. And if you're interested to hear more pieces like this, then watch our YouTube channel, subscribe, like and comment, and show your love. Thank you very much for watching, and have a lovely day.